What's up, guys? This is Mike from Pagan Productions here to give you a spoiler alert on a movie I just saw called The Human Centipede. I thought the movie was pretty interesting. It's not as scary as people think it is, and it's pretty gross. Like it's pretty, illiterate. So it's basically about these two girls and they're traveling, like I think Germany, and they're just traveling and they get directions from a call to some club, I think. Yeah, some club, and they get a rental car, and they're going to the highway. So when they get to the highway, they hit a flat tire. So then after that, this guy's car pulls up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I bet you girls are wet between your legs and stuff." So he starts saying all this dirty stuff, and then they pull through this book, and they're like, "Oh no, he said he's gonna do it," and they roll up the window. So then the car pulls away after he just stares at them for like 5 minutes, and so then he pulls away, and they start walking to look for help, and they get to this house, and it's some guy, and it's a doctor, and they're like, can we use your phone so we can call the AAA or car insurance company? He's like, okay. So then after minutes go by, he puts him on the couch and gets him like some water, and he slips on these drugs, and he puts them in like a cup of water so that they fall asleep. He roofied them basically. So one girl's like, all right, I'll drink it. So she drinks it, and she drinks it all in like 5 minutes. So I was like, damn. And the next girl, she spills it, or I think she spills it, and the guy's like, "Oh, you stupid cow, why you do that?" And then she's like, "Sorry, whatever, I'll clean it up." So then after that, he goes downstairs in his basement, and you see his basement, and it's not like a regular basement with couches and chairs. It's a basement with hospital beds, like gurneys, and just like a projector. So there's three guys, and then there's one guy already in there, and he's sleeping. So you think, oh, maybe he's a doctor, maybe whatever, but he's not. His profession is he works Siamese twins together. You'll find out what his next job is in like a couple minutes. So after that, the girl who drank the water is like, oh, I'm getting sleepy. So starts to fall asleep, and the guy gets a needle and puts it in the girl's neck, and that's how she falls asleep. So the next thing they wake up, and they're like, oh, here's how it's gonna go down. There's they're strapping gurneys, they're handcuffing gurneys, and this one guy's like, all right, here's your lucky day. He thinks you're free to go. So he gives him his needle, and he dies, and he buries the body in I think in the backyard. So the next scene, he gets a guy, and there's a dart in his leg. So I guess he shot him with a tranquilizer dart, and he's like, your DNA matches, so here's what's gonna happen. So he puts a projector screen on, it's like a presentation. So he's like, I'm gonna cut your knee, I'm gonna cut your knee open and take your gastro vein out and put it in so it connects to all of you. So to make this form called the Siamese triplet or the human centipede. So they're all like, no, no, like you. And the guy who's that he just captured, he's like, oh, you effing this and that. So he used to curse and storm, but it's in like Japanese, like probably German. I don't know. I think it's Japanese. But then, so there's three programs. There's A, there's B, and there's C. B is probably the worst one to be in because you have both of the action going on. So he gets so one girl gets free, all right, because the doctor's giving the other people so they fall asleep, and the girl gets free and she goes to the bedroom and he breaks the window in his back to get him, and then he grabs her and he's like, "You're gonna be my B." Sorry for that, guys. Um, so they wake up and the surgery's done. It's good, and it's pretty weird. So he like turns it like they're standing on like they're laying down on their side, so it's really hard to get up. So what happens is they put he cut this vein so you can't move, like you can't walk right, you can't run, but you can only go on your hands and knees. So you're pretty much connected to your butt to your mouth, and he gives him a mirror so he sees what they look like. And basically, time goes by, and like it's been a couple of days now, and two cops come and they're like, "Oh, the neighbors heard little girl, two American girls screaming," and he's like, "Here, drink of water, have a drink of water." Like, where does that come into play? I don't know. And he's like, so he gives them water and he roofies the water, and one guy drinks it and the other guy's like, "No, I'm good." And the doctor is like, "You disrespect my house, you better drink it right now." And so that's pretty much all that happened. So then the human centipede's gone. Like it was in the basement and it was hiding. So the doctor went to go down and check on him. And he's gone. And the guy takes a glass and cuts him in the ankle, and he has to crawl now. So they're both like it's like a little crawling race there. So it's pretty funny actually the way he crawls. And there's like blood pouring on the staircase, and he starts to like slurp it, and it's pretty weird. Like who would do that? So they get to the basement. Like they walk up the stairs and it's yeah, so they get to the basement. I mean, oh sorry guys. They get to the bedroom where the girl was captured first, where she escaped, and the two cops they get into the room. One guy's in the pool house, like downstairs, and the one cop just opens the door and sees him in Centipede, and he's like stunned. So he's like, "Whoa, all right," and he walks away because he heard a gunshot from the doctor who shoots the guy with the cop in the chest and lands in the pool. But right after he gets shot, he fires him and shoots him right in the face, and he dies. So after that, the other cop comes back and he's been shot. So there's two dead cops and two dead scientists. So, but before that, the guy takes a piece of glass, the guy in the front of Human Centipede, and he slits his throat. He slits his own throat, so he dies. So now there's only two American girls left. Then all of a sudden, at the end, there's the girl in the back, and her color is turning like she's losing her color. She's getting sick. So basically she dies from sickness. So all you have is the two dead cops that were there, the dead scientist guy thing, and the front and the back of the human centipede are dead, and there's just the girl in the middle, and she's crying, and the camera is kind of like zooms up into the air, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. And like during the credits, you hear her crying, which is a little weird. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. Thanks for watching this, and there'll be more to come. Please subscribe to my channel, and subscribe to Shadow Saint and News 14100. Thanks, guys.